Next category for induction is the category of builders. Builders include all non-playing contributors to the sport: coaches, managers, administrators, officials, yes, even referees. Where's Crisato? He's here somewhere. Oh, there he is, yes, even referees, trainers and medical staff, and members of the media. Those inducted in the builders category may be still retired, may be still active or retired from active contribution. Every year, up to one from the East and one from the West is inducted, and to this point, 155 builders have been inducted in this category. And when you think about that, over the long history of this sport in this country, 155 builders, including coaches, managers, administrators, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a very exclusive club, and it's a tremendous honor. As we shall soon see, our first inductee in the Builders section has pretty much done it all in the lacrosse hotbed that is St. Catharines, Ontario. After playing minor and junior lacrosse from 1959 to 1975 in St. Catharines, he jumped, very successfully I might add, into coaching in 1976, leading a local bantam team to a provincial title. In 1977 and 78, he coached at the midget level, and from 1979 until 1981, led the St. Catharines Juvenile Club to 3 consecutive Ontario championships. The following year, he was instrumental in bringing Junior A lacrosse back to St. Catharines as both a coach and an administrator. Recognizing the need for a strong registration base, he helped to organize the return of house leagues to the local minor system, and under his guidance saw the house leagues grow from 3 to 19 teams. Developing the House League Foundation was only part of his role as an executive member of the St. Catharines Minor Lacrosse Association, a position he held from 1983 until 1996. 1983 also saw him become an executive member of the local Old Boys Association, a position he still holds. And throughout the 90s, he was a key part of the founding and development of Masters Lacrosse, sitting as president of the St. Catharines Masters League from 1990 until 1996. In 1992, the seeds were being planted for the formation of the Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame, and he played an integral part by writing and distributing a survey to organizations throughout Ontario, which helped determine a site for the new hall. From 1993 until 1996, he coached Tyke novice teams, which benefited greatly from the House League system he had helped develop some 10 years prior. In 1996, having contributed to the development of box lacrosse programs from Tyke to Masters, he broadened his horizons by introducing participation in American field lacrosse tournaments to local players and parents. And from then until 2004, coached minor field teams in 15 U.S. tournaments, including the 1998 U.S. Youth Lacrosse Festival in Baltimore. His teams were victorious in 4 of those tournaments, and more significantly, 4 players from those teams would go on to play collegiate lacrosse in the United States. From 2003 until 2008, he maintained his active involvement in the sport by, at various times, serving as secretaries of both the St. Catharines Old Boys Association and the Junior A team, and also became a member of the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame's Eastern Selection Committee, a group he now chairs. Still active as a board member of the Junior A Club, he has been recognized in 2006 by the Ontario Lacrosse Association for his over 20 years, and do I hear 30, of service, and in 2014 was inducted as a builder, very appropriately, into the Ontario Lacrosse Hall of Fame that, over 20 years earlier, he had been a part of founding. Tonight he joins his father, Ted Sr., who was inducted into the Canadian Lacrosse Hall of Fame as a player in 1987, as an honored member of the Hall. Please welcome Ted Howe, Jr.
First, I'd like to thank the Board of Governors for the Hall of Fame for doing such a great job with the progression of the Hall over the past several years. And As was mentioned earlier tonight, I was here in '87 when my father was inducted, and it was kind of a shame the way that the hall was set up, and it was very difficult. We had to get special permission to go in and actually see the Hall of Fame at that time. It's really improved over the years. Thank you very much for that. I'd like to congratulate all of the other inductees tonight and the past inductees as well. I'd like to take a few minutes to just share some of the background behind this recognition and what's been accomplished by myself and those I've been fortunate enough to work with has been because of the inspiration from others that have made me love the game of lacrosse and being a part of it. Began with my father. Played senior and professional lacrosse until he was 44, finishing in Rochester in 1974. He loved the game so much, he would drive to away games from a rented cottage in the Georgian Bay area during the 1 week of vacation that he had each year. He was inducted into the Hall, as was said, in 1987. My mom, my brothers, my sisters, and I came for this induction ceremony. I've been inspired by other members of my family. My younger brother Tom was an incredibly strong and determined player who, despite being somewhat shorter than average, played 4 years junior A and senior in Fergus, where he was successful on a President's Cup winning team. Then my children, my oldest daughter Lisa, she played boys field lacrosse when there was no women's lacrosse. She proceeded to become an amazing player in women's lacrosse, finishing her career as a captain of the Western University varsity lacrosse team. Lisa has helped to build a strong women's program in the Kitchener-Waterloo area. And it's growing extremely fast. My son Michael enjoyed great success playing for the Ontario Under-19 field team, played 4 years of junior A, and he had a 4-year career at Cornell University, becoming a starting long stick and starting in the Division I National Championship game in 2009 in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Julia, my youngest daughter, she played with incredible fire and determination. Finished playing Guelph University varsity women's team before she decided that horses were less difficult to work with. Now I have 3 granddaughters playing women's lacrosse. Watching my family play and being able to enjoy the growth and development of all aspects of the game has been incredibly rewarding, has been the reason I have continued to do whatever I can to promote and develop the game we love. Everything we've accomplished has been due to the support and hard work of many individuals, many who have been recognized for their contributions, such as 2 of my best friends that I started coaching with, John Howe and Jimmy Hopgood. Bob Louie, Helen Sawicki, Brian Allen, Joe McNeil, John Crouchman, Grant Phillips, and organizations like the St. Catharines Old Boys Lacrosse Association. It's been a very, very rewarding career for me. And now, I move back to playing with the Niagara Masters lacrosse team. Very appreciative of those who organize and manage that group and allow me to enjoy it and have fun. And you never know, maybe I can still become eligible for induction as a player. Thank you all very much.
Ted, before you head home, you might want to sit down and talk to Dave Locke. He'll give you instructions on how those portable defibrillators thingamajiggers work that are in all the arenas now, for those of us who try and be kids when we're not anymore.